Did you know that recent studies have proven that our thoughts have the power to shape reality? Yes, science is beginning to validate something that many mystics and thinkers have been saying for centuries. Our mind is far more powerful than we imagine. And today, we're going to explore how we can unlock this extraordinary potential based on the teachings of one of the leading experts in the field, Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza is a neuroscientist, best-selling author, and international speaker, renowned for his innovative approach to the power of the mind. With a background in biochemistry and extensive experience in scientific research, he combines science and spirituality to help people transform their lives. His teachings are based on the idea that we can reprogram our brains and create new realities through practices such as meditation, visualization, and neuroplasticity. Now think for a moment. How often have you felt stuck in negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs? Maybe you've struggled to achieve your goals because that's just the way it's always been, or because you weren't born lucky. These beliefs, often subconscious, act like invisible chains that hold us back. The truth is, most people live on autopilot, repeating the same behaviors and thoughts without realizing that this is shaping their reality. The real challenge is breaking these cycles and learning to use the power of the mind consciously and intentionally. But how do we do that? This is where Joe Dispenza comes in with practical, science-backed solutions. One of the core concepts in Joe Dispenza's teachings is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself and form new neural connections throughout life. This means we are not trapped by our past experiences or traumas. Through practices such as meditation and creative visualization, we can literally rewire our brains to create new habits, emotions, and even realities. Dispenza emphasizes that our thoughts and emotions directly impact our bodies and overall health. When we focus on positive thoughts and emotionally connect with them, our brain releases chemicals that promote well-being and healing. On the other hand, when we live under constant stress or negativity, we trigger physical responses that can be harmful to our health. Another crucial point is the practice of creative visualization. Joe teaches that by vividly imagining the future we desire while cultivating the emotions associated with that vision, we send clear signals to both the universe and our brain to manifest that reality. This process involves not just thinking but actually feeling as if it is already real. One of the most powerful insights from Joe Dispenza's work is the idea that you can't have a different tomorrow if you keep making the same choices today. He explains that to change our lives, we first need to change our internal state. This means shifting out of survival mode, where we are constantly reacting to our external environment, and stepping into creation mode, where we take control of our thoughts and emotions. A striking example of this is a story Joe shares about a woman who suffered from a chronic illness. After attending one of his workshops and consistently practicing meditation and visualization techniques, she was able to heal completely. This case illustrates the transformative power of the mind when used with intention and consistency. Joe Dispenza is known for bridging science and spirituality in a unique way. He frequently references studies on the human brain and how it responds to different stimuli. For instance, research shows that regular meditation increases gray matter density in the brain, improving cognitive functions like memory, focus, and emotional regulation. Additionally, the release of neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins during meditative states can generate feelings of happiness and well-being. Dispenza also highlights the importance of the quantum field, explaining that our thoughts and emotions emit frequencies that interact with universal energy. While this concept is more metaphysical, he argues that there is sufficient scientific evidence to support it, such as experiments with subatomic particles that respond to human observation. Joe Dispenza is one of the few experts who seamlessly integrates science and spirituality in a compelling and convincing way. He doesn't just talk about the power of the mind. He backs his ideas with solid scientific research, making his teachings accessible to both everyday people and scientists. A key foundation of his work is neuroscience, particularly the concept of neuroplasticity, which challenges the old belief that the adult brain is static and incapable of significant change. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This means that regardless of your age or background, You can reprogram your brain to create new habits, emotions, and even realities. Joe Dispenza explains that when we repeatedly think certain thoughts and engage in specific behaviors, we strengthen the neural pathways associated with those patterns. However, when we interrupt these cycles and introduce new stimuli, we are literally reshaping our brains. He also emphasizes how our thoughts directly impact our physical bodies. Positive thinking triggers the release of brain chemicals such as dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which enhance well-being, focus, and motivation. These chemicals not only improve our mood, but also strengthen the immune system and reduce stress levels. On the other hand, negative thoughts activate the fight or flight response, releasing cortisol and other stress hormones that can harm our physical and mental health over time. Another fascinating aspect of Dispenza's work is the connection between the mind and universal energy. He often references the quantum field, a theory suggesting that everything in the universe is made up of vibrational energy. Our thoughts and emotions emit specific frequencies that interact with this universal energy. While this might sound more spiritual than scientific, there are experiments that support this idea. For example, studies in quantum physics have shown that subatomic particles can change their behavior depending on how they are observed. This suggests that human consciousness plays an active role in shaping reality. Joe Dispenza also explores the impact of meditation on the human brain. Recent studies have shown that regular meditators experience an increase in gray matter density in areas related to memory, attention, and emotional control. Additionally, meditation reduces the size of the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for stress responses, explaining why those who meditate tend to be calmer and more resilient. This combination of neuroscience, quantum physics, and psychology makes Joe Dispenza's teachings a bridge between the material and the metaphysical worlds. He shows us that the power of the mind isn't just a matter of belief, it's a scientifically supported reality. By understanding how our thoughts shape our brains and influence the world around us, we can begin using this knowledge to intentionally and consciously transform our lives. Limiting beliefs are like software programs installed in our brains from childhood, often without us realizing it. They stem from traumatic experiences, criticism received, social expectations, or simply the culture we grew up in. These beliefs act as filters through which we interpret the world, and they can prevent us from reaching our full potential. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that overcoming these mental barriers requires first identifying them and then replacing them with empowering beliefs. But how do we identify these beliefs? Joe suggests paying attention to automatic thoughts that arise in moments of challenge or uncertainty. Phrases like, "I'll never succeed," "that's impossible," or "I'm not good enough," are clear examples of limiting beliefs. The next step is to question these beliefs by asking, "Is this really true?" Or "Who would I be without this belief?" This self-inquiry process helps dismantle mental programs and open space for new possibilities. An effective technique for replacing limiting beliefs is the use of positive affirmations. Joe Dispenza recommends creating short, powerful statements that reflect the desired state. For example, if you believe, "I'll never achieve financial success," you can start affirming, "I am creating abundance in all areas of my life." The key here is to repeat these affirmations with genuine emotion, as the brain needs to feel in order to believe. In other words, it's not just about saying the words, it's about truly embodying them. You need to feel the reality of those thoughts. Another powerful tool is creative visualization, which we will explore in detail later. In the context of overcoming limiting beliefs, visualization involves vividly imagining scenarios where you have already broken through those barriers. For example, if you fear public speaking, visualize yourself confidently delivering an important presentation. Feel the security and satisfaction of achieving something that once seemed impossible. This practice helps rewire the brain to accept this new reality as possible. Joe Dispenza also highlights the importance of paying attention to the emotions tied to these beliefs. Often, limiting beliefs are rooted in negative emotions like fear, guilt, or shame. To overcome them, it is essential to cultivate opposite emotions such as gratitude, love, and enthusiasm. He suggests daily gratitude exercises where you focus on the good things in your life and deeply feel that sense of appreciation. This helps shift your emotional state and consequently the way you perceive the world. Joe emphasizes that overcoming limiting beliefs is a continuous process. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather a journey of self-discovery and transformation. He encourages his students to be patient with themselves and celebrate small victories along the way. After all, every step towards mental freedom is a step towards a more fulfilled and abundant life. The power of meditation. Meditation is one of the most important practices in Joe Dispenza's teachings. He proposes different types of meditation, depending on the goal. To reprogram the brain, he suggests guided meditations that involve visualizing specific scenarios and feeling the associated emotions. For example, if you desire financial prosperity, you should imagine yourself receiving money, feeling gratitude, and embracing abundance. Moreover, he emphasizes the power of meditating in groups, as collective energy amplifies results. Studies show that group meditation can positively influence entire communities, reducing crime rates and increasing social harmony. Joe Dispenza views meditation as more than just a relaxation technique. He sees it as an active tool for transformation. Unlike traditional approaches that focus solely on calming the mind, his techniques integrate mindfulness, creative visualization, and deep emotional connection to create a truly transformative experience. One of his most popular techniques is the reconnection meditation, where participants enter a deep state of relaxation, disconnect from the ego, and connect with their higher self. This state is described as a merging point between the conscious and unconscious mind, where profound changes can occur. Practitioners are guided to imagine themselves free from old patterns of thought and behavior, making space for new possibilities. Breathing is another crucial element of Joe's meditation approach. He teaches specific breathing techniques that calm the nervous system and enhance mental clarity. Deep, controlled breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for relaxation, allowing practitioners to enter a more receptive state for transformation. Consistency is key. Joe recommends meditating daily, even if only for 15 minutes. Over time, this regular practice creates new neural circuits in the brain, reinforcing positive thought patterns and behaviors. He also suggests meditating in the morning, when the mind is fresh, or at night, when the brain is more receptive to new suggestions. In essence, meditation is more than a tool for relaxation in Joe Dispenza's philosophy. It is a gateway to intentional creation and manifestation. By combining visualization, emotional connection, and conscious breathing, meditation becomes a powerful means to rewire the brain and reshape reality. The science of creative visualization. Another powerful tool is creative visualization. Joe Dispenza explains that when we visualize something with clarity and emotion, we are sending signals to the brain to act as if it is already real. This activates the autonomic nervous system and releases chemicals associated with the desired state. For example, if you want to improve your health, visualize yourself full of energy, exercising, and enjoying a healthy diet. Feel the vitality flowing through your body. The more vivid the image and the more intense the emotion, the greater the impact. Joe describes creative visualization as more than just daydreaming. It's about making an experience so vivid and emotionally charged that the brain interprets it as reality. This triggers the brain's neural networks, releases specific chemicals, and directly influences both the mind and body. The key to effective visualization is engaging all the senses. You don't just see the scene in your mind, you must also experience its sounds, smells, textures, and even tastes. If you are visualizing career success, imagine yourself walking into a stylish office, hearing your footsteps on the wooden floor, feeling the weight of responsibility, and experiencing the pride of achieving your goals. This level of detail makes the experience more realistic and convincing for the brain. Emotional connection is crucial. Joe emphasizes that it's not just thoughts that shape our reality, but the emotions that accompany them. When visualizing a goal, you must feel the emotions associated with it as if it is already happening. If your goal is financial abundance, Feel deep gratitude for the wealth already flowing into your life. This emotional charge is what signals the brain to accept this reality. Joe also suggests combining visualization with other practices, such as meditation and affirmations. During meditation, the brain is more receptive, making visualization more effective. Affirmations before or after visualization reinforce intentions and help solidify new mental patterns. A fascinating aspect of Joe's work is that creative visualization doesn't just influence the brain, it can also impact the physical body. Studies show that athletes who mentally rehearse their performances experience real improvements in their physical abilities. This happens because the brain sends signals to the muscles as if they were actually performing the movements, strengthening the neural connections needed to execute those actions in real life. Similarly, individuals who visualize physical or emotional healing often experience real health improvements. Consistency is essential. Like any skill, creative visualization requires regular practice to produce tangible results. Joe advises dedicating a few minutes daily to this practice, preferably during quiet moments such as in the morning or before sleep. These are times when the brain is more relaxed and receptive, allowing new realities to take root more easily. Finally, Joe encourages a mindset of trust and surrender during visualization. Instead of worrying about how things will happen, focus on what you want and why it matters. By trusting the process and allowing the universe to work in its own way, you remove resistance and allow energy to flow freely, increasing the likelihood of success. Joe Dispenza has gathered countless inspiring stories of people who have transformed their lives by applying his teachings. From miraculous physical healings to extraordinary career breakthroughs, these real-life cases reinforce the idea that our minds have far more power than we've been taught to believe. The effectiveness of his techniques. A remarkable example is a man who overcame years of depression after attending a meditation workshop and adopting the daily practices recommended by Dispenza. Joe Dispenza's teachings have transformed thousands of lives around the world, and he has collected inspiring stories of people who have overcome seemingly impossible challenges by following his techniques. These success stories not only validate his methods but also serve as powerful examples of how the power of the mind can be harnessed to create extraordinary change. One of the most striking testimonials shared by Joe is that of a woman who had suffered from a chronic illness for years. Despite countless medical treatments and consultations with specialists, she couldn't find relief from her debilitating symptoms. Desperate, she decided to attend one of Joe Dispenza's workshops, where she learned about neuroplasticity, meditation, and creative visualization. For weeks, she practiced the techniques daily, visualizing herself as healthy, full of energy, and free from pain. She also cultivated feelings of gratitude and happiness as if she were already healed. After months of consistent practice, she began to notice significant improvements in her health. Eventually, medical tests confirmed that her condition had completely disappeared. This case illustrates the transformative power of the mind when used intentionally and consistently. Another remarkable example is a man who struggled with depression for over a decade. He had tried various approaches from therapy to medication, but nothing seemed to work. After attending a Joe Dispenza lecture, he decided to try meditation and mental reprogramming. He began identifying his limiting beliefs, such as, "I am incapable of being happy," or "My life will never improve," and replaced them with positive affirmations. He also started visualizing himself living a fulfilling and meaningful life, feeling the emotions associated with that state. Over time, he noticed his perspective on life changing. Gradually, the darkness that surrounded him began to fade, and he regained his joy for living. Today, he is a strong advocate of Joe's teachings and shares his story to inspire others. Joe also shares stories of people who have achieved financial and professional success through his practices. A businessman struggling with his enterprise began applying creative visualization techniques and guided meditation. He envisioned himself closing important deals, feeling the confidence and satisfaction of seeing his business thrive. He also adopted an attitude of gratitude, regardless of his current circumstances. Surprisingly, opportunities started to emerge, and he was able to expand his business significantly. He attributes much of his success to the mindset shift brought about by Joe Dispenza's practices. These testimonials demonstrate that Joe's teachings are not just theoretical, but practical and applicable to various areas of life. They also reflect the core idea of his work, that the power to transform our lives lies within ourselves. By taking control of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we can create new realities, overcome challenges, and achieve our boldest goals. Furthermore, Joe emphasizes that these transformations don't happen by chance. They require dedication, consistency, and a genuine willingness to change. He encourages his students to document their journeys, whether through journals or videos, so they can track their progress and celebrate their achievements. This practice not only keeps motivation high, but also serves as a powerful reminder that personal growth is an ongoing process. For those looking to start applying Joe Dispenza's teachings, here are some practical tips. Set aside 15 minutes a day for meditation. Write down a list of limiting beliefs and replace them with positive affirmations. Practice creative visualization before sleep, when the brain is more receptive. Keep a journal to record progress and reflections. If you want to integrate Joe Dispenza's techniques into your daily life, these practical strategies can help. They are simple but extremely effective when practiced consistently. Make time. For daily meditation, meditation is the foundation of Joe Dispenza's teachings, and he recommends setting aside at least 15 minutes a day for this practice. Choose a quiet time, such as early in the morning or before bed, to ensure your mind is relaxed and receptive. During meditation, focus on your breath and visualize positive scenarios related to your goals. Use soft music or nature sounds to create a conducive environment for introspection. 2. Identify and replace limiting beliefs. Make a list of negative beliefs that might be holding you back. Ask yourself, what automatic thoughts arise when I face challenges? After identifying these beliefs, replace them with positive affirmations. For example, swap "I'm not good enough" for "I am constantly evolving and becoming the best version of myself." Repeat these affirmations daily, feeling the emotions behind them. Practice creative visualization. Spend a few minutes each day vividly visualizing your goals. Imagine every detail of your desired scenario and engage all your senses. If your goal is to travel to a specific place, for instance, visualize yourself exploring the location, feeling the weather, hearing the sounds, and enjoying the experience. Emotionally connect with this vision, feeling gratitude and joy as if your wish has already come true. Keep a progress journal. Documenting your journey is a powerful way to track your personal growth. Write about your daily experiences, including insights, challenges, and victories. Reflect on how your practices are impacting your life and adjust your strategies as needed. Also, use the journal to record your goals and review them regularly to stay aligned with your aspirations. Cultivate positive emotions. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that emotions are the key to manifesting realities. Practice daily gratitude exercises by focusing on the good things in your life and deeply feeling appreciation. You can also use music, poetry, or art to access elevated emotional states. Remember that emotions like love, gratitude, and enthusiasm amplify your ability to create positive change. 6. Join meditation groups. If possible, join meditation groups or attend workshops conducted by Joe Dispenza. The collective energy of these practices enhances results and creates a sense of community and support. Additionally, meditating in a group can help you maintain consistency and motivation. 7. Be patient and persistent. Transforming your mind and reality is a process that takes time. Don't expect immediate results. Instead, focus on gradual progress. Celebrate small victories along the way and acknowledge that every step toward change is valuable. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. Trust the process. Finally, surrender to the process without overthinking every detail. Trust that the universe will find the best ways to manifest your desires. Keep an open and flexible mindset, allowing energy to flow freely in your life. By following these practical tips, you will be taking the first steps toward a profound and lasting transformation. Joe Dispenza's teachings offer a clear and accessible path to unlocking the power of the mind and creating the life you've always wanted. Joe Dispenza teaches us that the power of the mind is limitless. By understanding how our thoughts and emotions shape our reality, we can take control of our lives and create the future we desire. It doesn't matter where you are now. What matters is where you want to go. Start today with small changes, and watch your life transform. Joe Dispenza shows us that we are the creators of our own lives. By embracing this responsibility, we free ourselves from past limitations and open the path to a future full of possibilities. So why not start now, resolved? Rather, it is a journey of self-discovery and transformation. He encourages his students to be patient with themselves and to celebrate small victories along the way. Every step taken toward change is a step toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Finally, Joe reminds us that the true power of the mind lies in our ability to choose. We can choose to remain stuck in old patterns of thought and behavior, or we can choose to create something new. We can choose to live on autopilot, merely reacting to the external world, or we can choose to step into creation mode, shaping our reality with intention and purpose. This choice is in each of our hands. And remember, the power is within you. Use it wisely.